Kansas basketball has been around for over 125 years. But what are, in my opinion, the top 20 teams in KU basketball history? Well, let's find out. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Drew, better known as RockChalk01, and in this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 20 KU basketball teams ever, in my opinion. This list was really hard to put together because KU has so many incredible teams, and with their success, it was really tough to figure out. But I think I got a good list that would make the most sense in KU fans' mind. So what this list will contain is the top 20 teams going from 20 to 1, and it's basically going to go through what they did throughout the season, their accomplishments, and also if there were any individual award winners, I'd recognize them as well. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. But without further ado, here's my rankings.
Now, just like normal, before I get started, I do have honorable mentions. These 5 teams just missed out on the cut, and they deserve to be known as elite KU basketball teams. And I'm going to go from the oldest team to the most recent team. We start with the 1965-66 team. Led by JoJo White, this team went 23-4, including a 13-1 record in the Big 8. They were Big 8 champions and also made it to the Elite 8 in the NCAA tournament. Next, it's the 1997-98 team. Led by Paul Pierce and Rafe LaFrance, this Jayhawk squad went 35-4, including a 15-1 Big 12 record. They were the preseason NIT tournament champions, the Big 12 regular season and tournament champs, and made it to the round of 32. Next is the 2006-2007 squad. Led by sophomores Brandon Rush and Mario Chalmers, this Jayhawk squad went 33-5, including a 14-2 record within the Big 12. They were the Big 12 regular season and tournament champions and made it all the way to the Elite 8. Next is the 2010-2011 squad. Led by juniors Marcus and Markeith Morris, the Jayhawks went 35-3, including a 14-2 record in the Big 12. They were the Big 12 regular season and tournament champs and made it all the way to the Elite 8. And finally, the 2015-2016 team. Led by senior Perry Ellis, this Jayhawk squad went 33-5, including a 15-3 record in the Big 12. Before the season started, they were the gold medalists at the 2015 World University Games. They were the Maui Invitational Tournament champs, the Big 12 regular season and tournament champions, and made it all the way to the Elite 8. Number 20, the 2019-2020 team. This squad just squeaked onto the list because of one thing. There was no NCAA tournament because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But they were an incredible group. This team went 28-3, including a 17-1 record within the Big 12. They were the Maui Invitational Tournament champions, the Big 12 regular season champions, and the consensus number 1 team in the country. A couple Jayhawks won awards over the season, including freshman Christian Brown, who was a member of the All-Big 12 freshman team. Sophomore guard Devon Dotson was a unanimous All-Big 12 first-team selection and a consensus second-team All-American. Junior guard Marcus Garrett was a member of the All-Big 12 third team, a unanimous All-Big 12 defensive team selection, the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, and the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year. And who could forget about senior center Udoka Azubuike, who was a member of the All-Big 12 defensive team, a unanimous All-Big 12 first-team selection, the Big 12 Player of the Year, a consensus second-team All-American, and the NABC Defensive Player of the Year. Number 19, the 1996-97 Jayhawks. Probably the best team to never win a national championship, and for good reason, because this team was dominant on paper and in practice. This squad went 34-2, including a 15-1 record within the Big 12. They were the Maui Invitational Tournament champions, the Big 12 regular season and tournament champions, and made it to the Sweet 16 before falling to the eventual national champion, Arizona. A few Jayhawks won awards over the season, including sophomore guard Paul Pierce, who was a member of the All-Big 12 third team. Senior guard Jock Vaughn was an All-Big 12 second team selection and a consensus second team All-American. And then there's junior forward Rafe LaFrance, who was a member of the All-Big 12 first team, the Big 12 Player of the Year, and a consensus first-team All-American. Also, Head coach Roy Williams won some awards as well, including the Naismith College Coach of the Year and the Sporting News Coach of the Year. Number 18, the 1973-74 team. After a disappointing campaign in 1973, this team picked it up in 1974. Led by senior guard Tom Cavisto, the Jayhawks went 23-7, including a 13-1 Big 8 record. They were obviously the Big 8 champions and made it all the way to the Final Four. Number 17, the 1992-93 Jayhawks. This team also exceeded expectations under fifth-year head coach Roy Williams. This team went 29-7, including an 11-3 record within the Big 8. They were the Big 8 regular season champions and made it all the way to the Final Four before losing to the eventual national champion, North Carolina. One Jayhawk received an award this year, and that was senior guard Rex Walters, who was a member of the All-Big 8 first team. Number 16, the 2017-2018 squad. Yeah, even though half their wins are vacated, this is still considered one of KU's greatest squads. This team went 31-8, including a 13-5 record within the Big 12. They were the Miami Invitational champions, the Big 12 regular season and tournament champions, and made it to the Final Four before losing to the eventual national champion Villanova. A few Jayhawks won awards, including sophomore guard Malik Newman, who was the Big 12 Newcomer of the Year. Sophomore center Udoka Azubuike is a member of the All-Big 12 third team. Senior guard Sviatoslav Mikhailuk was a member of the All-Big 12 second team. And then there's senior guard Devontae Graham, who was a unanimous All-Big 12 first team selection, the Big 12 Player of the Year, and a consensus first team All-American. Also, head coach Bill Self was the co-Big 12 Coach of the Year. Number 15, the 1970-71 Jayhawks. After a decent 1970 campaign, things really picked up in 1971. Led by junior guard Bud Stallworth and senior center Dave Robish, this team went 27-3, including an undefeated 14-0 record within the Big 8. They were, of course, the Big 8 champions and made it all the way to the Final Four before losing to the eventual national champion, UCLA. Number 14, the 2001-2002 team. Man, this team was good after a somewhat improving 2001 season. This team went 33-4, including an undefeated 16-0 Big 12 record, the only undefeated team in Big 12 history. They were the Big 12 regular season champions and made it all the way to the Final Four before losing to the eventual national champion, Maryland. 3 Jayhawks won awards this year, all of them juniors. Nick Collison was an All-Big 12 second team selection, Kirk Heinrich was an All-Big 12 first team selection, and then there's Drew Gooden, who was an All-Big 12 first team selection, the Big 12 Player of the Year, a consensus first team All-American, the NABC Player of the Year, and the Pete Newell Big Man Award winner. Number 13, KU's 1985-86 team. This was Larry Brown's best team on paper and in practice, even though they did not win the national title. This team went 35-4, including a 13-1 Big 8 record. They were the Big 8 regular season and tournament champions and made it all the way to the Final Four. Only one Jayhawk won awards this year, and that was sophomore center Danny Manning, who was the Big 8 Player of the Year and a consensus second team All-American. Number 12, the 1990-91 team. After a successful 1990 campaign, the Jayhawks looked to turn things around in 1991, and some would say they did. Led by seniors Terry Brown and Mark Randall, the Jayhawks went 27-8, including a 10-4 record within the Big 8. They were the Big 8 regular season co-champions and made it all the way to the national championship game before losing to Duke. Number 11, the 1939-1940 squad. This team actually led KU to its first ever Final Four, so that has to say something. This team went 19-6, including an 8-2 record within the Big 6. They were the Big 6 regular season co-champions and made it all the way to the national championship game before losing to Indiana. One Jayhawk won an award this year, and that was senior guard Howard Engelman, who was a consensus first-team All-American. Number 10, the 2002-2003 team. After a successful 2002 campaign that saw the Jayhawks go to the Final Four, 2003 decided we're going to one-up them. This team went 30-8, including a 14-2 record within the Big 12. They were the Big 12 regular season champions and made it to the national championship game before losing to Syracuse. A couple Jayhawks won awards, both of them seniors. First, Kirk Heinrich, who is a member of the All-Big 12 first team and a third-team All-American. And then forward Nick Collison, who is a member of the All-Big 12 first team, the Big 12 Player of the Year, a consensus first-team All-American, and the NABC Player of the Year. Number 9, the 2011-2012 Jayhawks. This was sort of a revenge tour for this team after not making it to the Final Four the year prior. This team went 32-7, including a 16-2 Big 12 record, winning the Big 12 regular season crown and making it to the national championship game before losing to Kentucky. A few Jayhawks won awards this year, including junior center Jeff Withey, who was a member of the All-Big 12 defensive team, a third-team All-Big 12 selection, and the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. Senior guard Tyshawn Taylor was a member of the All-Big 12 first team and a third-team All-American. Then there's junior forward Thomas Robinson, who is a member of the All-Big 12 first team, the Big 12 Player of the Year, a consensus first-team All-American, and ESPN.com's National Player of the Year. Also, head coach Bill Self won some awards as well, including the Big 12 Co-Coach of the Year, the Naismith College Coach of the Year, Sporting News National Coach of the Year, and the Adolph Rupp Cup winner. Number 8, the 1952-53 team. After winning the national championship a year ago, they looked to run it back, and almost did. This team went 19-6, including a 10-2 record in the Big 7. They were the Big 7 champions and made it to the national championship game before losing to Indiana. A couple Jayhawks won awards this year, including junior guard Al Kelly, who was a member of the All-Big 7 team. And then there's junior center B.H. Bourne, who was also a member of the All-Big 7 team, but also won the NCAA tournament's Most Outstanding Player. Number 7, the 1956-57 Jayhawks. This would be the team's first year without head coach Phog Allen, and boy, did they exceed expectations. This team went 24-3, including an 11-1 record in the Big 7. They were the Big 7 champions and made it all the way to the national championship game before losing in triple overtime to North Carolina. A couple Jayhawks won awards this year, including senior Gene Elston, who was a member of the All-Big 7 team. And who could forget about sophomore center Wilt Chamberlain, who was an All-Big 7 team selection, a consensus first-team All-American, and the NCAA tournament's Most Outstanding Player. Number 6, the 1987-88 team. This was looking to be a down year for KU, but once March hit, oh boy, things turned on its head for the good. This team, nicknamed Danny and the Miracles, went 27-11, including a 9-5 record in the Big 8, and they went on to win the national championship that year, the fourth in school history. A couple Jayhawks won awards this year, most notably senior center Danny Manning, who was a member of the All-Big 8 first team, the Big 8 Player of the Year, a consensus first-team All-American, the Wooden Award winner, the Naismith Award winner, and the NABC Player of the Year. Also, head coach Larry Brown won an award this year as he was named the Naismith College Coach of the Year. Number 5, the 1921-22 Jayhawks. This team was extremely dominant under head coach Phog Allen. This team wins 16-2, including a 15-1 record in the Missouri Valley. They were the Missouri Valley co-champions and won the Helms Foundation National Championship, which was the first in school history. One Jayhawk won an award this year, and that was junior guard Paul Endicott, who was a consensus All-American. Number 4, KU's 1922-23 team. Basically, this team said, anything you can do, I can do better, and won up the year priors. This team went 17-1, including an undefeated 16-0 record in the Missouri Valley. They were the outright Missouri Valley champions and won the Helms Foundation National Championship for the second year in a row. A couple Jayhawks won awards this year, including senior guard Paul Endicott, who was a consensus All-American and the Helms Foundation Player of the Year. Also, junior guard Charlie T. Black was a consensus All-American. Number 3, the 2021-22 Jayhawks. After a disappointing and shortened COVID season in 2021, KU looked to bounce back in 22, and sure enough they did. This would be nicknamed a banner year, as KU went 34-6, including a 14-4 record in the Big 12. They were the Big 12 regular season and tournament champions and won the school's 6th national championship, beating North Carolina. A few Jayhawks won awards this year, including freshman KJ Adams Jr., who was a member of the All-Big 12 freshman team. Sophomore guard DeJuan Harris Jr. was an All-Big 12 honorable mention and a member of the All-Big 12 defensive team. Sophomore forward Jalen Wilson was a member of the All-Big 12 third team. Senior center David McCormick was also a member of the All-Big 12 third team. Junior guard Christian Brown was a member of the All-Big 12 second team. And then there's senior guard Ochai Agbaji, who was a unanimous All-Big 12 first team selection, the Big 12 Player of the Year, a consensus first team All-American, and was named the NCAA Tournament's Most Outstanding Player. Number 2, the 1951-52 team. It had been almost 30 years since Kansas had won a national championship, and this team was looking poised to lift the trophy. And sure enough, they did. This team went 28-3, including an 11-1 record in the Big 7. They were the Big 7 champions and went on to win the national championship by beating St. John's. This would be the 3rd national championship in school history. A couple Jayhawks won awards this year, including senior forward Bob Kenny, who was a member of the All-Big 12 first team. And then there's senior center Clyde Lavellette, who was the unanimous All-Big 12 first team selection, the Helms Foundation Player of the Year, and the NCAA Tournament's Most Outstanding Player. And finally, number 1, the 2007-2008 Kansas Jayhawks. After just barely missing out on a Final Four appearance the year prior, this team returned all but one from the previous roster to become one of the most dominant teams in school history. In fact, this team holds the record for the most wins in school history. This team went on to go 37-3, including a 13-3 Big 12 record, winning the Big 12 regular season and tournament championships, and going on to win the NCAA National Championship, defeating Memphis in overtime. This would also claim KU's 5th national title in school history. A few Jayhawks won awards this year, including sophomore guard Sharon Collins, who was the Big 12 Sixth Man of the Year. Senior guard Russell Robinson was a member of the All-Big 12 defensive team. Senior forward Darnell Jackson was a member of the All-Big 12 third team. Sophomore forward Darrell Arthur was a member of the All-Big 12 first team, along with junior guard Brandon Rush, who joined him. And then there's junior guard Mario Chalmers, who is a member of the All-Big 12 defensive team, a second-team All-Big 12 selection, and the NCAA Tournament's Most Outstanding Player. And with that said, that's going to do it for my ranking of the top 20 KU basketball teams ever, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Also, don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe, and push that notification bell, and tell your friends about these videos. And I should see you again when the next one comes out. But until then, have a good day. Never ever bring exotic dancers to the field house, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.